All right, let's get into this. Riddle me this.
Yes, you want to hit us with the first scenario?
Riddle me fucking this. Okay, let me just lay the groundwork though before I get. So I'm gonna tell 3, maybe 4. The 4th thing I've already talked about in a different episode, but I might highlight it again. Stories. I feel all of these point to a very common theme that occurs, at least for me, in my dating experience. And I want to know, A, if this occurs for you and or our listeners. And B, I want to come to a consensus on what these men are really looking for.
What they're trying to do.
What are you really about? Like, because I feel like there's this thing where a lot of men, like, claim, or not even claim's too strong a word. Like, people think they know what they want, and it's really, that's really not what they're actually.
Yeah.
You
say one thing, mean another, kind of whatever.
Right.
Like, what's your real agenda? What's
right,
up?
and it could be, and not to say that they're capping, like it could be subconsciously.
Yeah, like they don't actually know.
Right.
But
so that's where we're at. I wanna talk through this and come to some.
Okay. All
conclusions.
Right. I can't wait to give you a little education out here. Let's go.
So, all right. Story 1 involves a guy that I was seeing for a time. I'm not gonna give time periods of any of these because it's just gonna get too. Yeah.
People don't even know we record this thing. Okay.
Yeah. So I was seeing this guy for a time, and by seeing I mean.
Sleeping with?
I mean, yeah, but I would probably call it like a friends with benefits type situation. Not just a hookup.
Yeah. Y'all did actually have conversations.
Right.
Not about hey.
And we would spend time together otherwise, usually in the context of other people, but sometimes alone.
The Kristen date.
Yeah. But it's not like we had never spent time alone and not hooked up. Like, I don't know, it was a very friends with benefits-y kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And there came a point at which he said to me, I don't think that we should hook up anymore. And immediately I was like, fine, that's fine.
Because of course you're out here ready to chop a man's ego right at the knees.
And that's the key turning point, I think, of this whole thing is that.
No, I'm sorry, I didn't want to undercut the story.
Yeah. So I was immediately like, oh, okay. We'll just be friends. You're my friend. Like, I don't have to fuck you. Like, it's not a problem. It's not an issue. And then the conversation really went in a different direction to where then we were kind of talking. I don't want to get into the word for word, but he eventually sort of came around to basically saying well, is this going to get messy?
Messy, as far as you stopping sleeping with each other?
I truly don't know. This is kind of my point that I'm getting at. I thought the conversation was going to end there.
Yeah.
Because I was just okay, I appreciate the transparency. You're giving me, honest communication of what you're looking for. Yeah.
Doses. All right, let's roll.
Right. No problem. Fine. And so then the conversation continued, and he was saying very vague things about well, I just don't want it to turn this way and turn that way and da-da-da-da-da and all this different stuff. And I'm just I'm not asking you to explain. I don't really care. It's fine.
That's what you want. All right.
Yeah. Then he kind of took it towards maybe he didn't want to stop. It just went in all these different directions. And so the bottom line and the question, the $1 million question is, what did he actually want? What is it that he actually wanted from me in that situation? Riddle me this. I'm confused. I need clarification.
Okay, if I get on my, me and some people have been talking a lot about, therapy and the psychoanalysis. If I'm out here sitting thinking about this particular scenario, there's, I don't want to say 2, but there's a couple of things he could have wanted. One, which kind of felt the most obvious to me based on his immediate reaction to your immediate reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So he really just wanted you to reaffirm the fact that you really fuck with him. And by fuck with him, I mean you really just want to keep getting his dick.
That's interesting. Okay.
For whatever reason, I don't know what he had been doing otherwise but maybe he just needed some reaffirmation that, like, somebody really wants my dick. And so I'm just trying to verify that you really want it.
Okay.
And when you easily brushed it away,
yeah,
sirens go off. Like,
right.
No, I can tell you right now, no man wants to hear that their dick is not wanted. Like,
well, I have a rebuttal to that, but let's hear your other.
Yeah. So that's one. The other thing would be that he actually really was cool with, like, being done with it. But he just expected you to maybe fight more. And because you didn't fight, then he was, like, caught off guard. Like, you know how sometimes you prepare for a conversation, like, with somebody, and you're like, okay, this is what they're going to say to me. And I got to be like, oh, this is the counter, this is the counter, this is the counter. And you didn't give him opportunity to do anything he rehearsed because you're just like, yeah, it's fine, we're done. Oh, well, no, see, this is why. Oh, wait, what did you say? Like, you said we're done? Are you sure? Like, so maybe it was literally like he was just caught off guard, and damn, he was just like, it's not supposed to be that easy, which kind of a little mistake on him not knowing you in that sense, but that's fine.
Facts.
Whatever. And the only other thing I could think of, which I don't believe, but just for the purposes of the pod, I'll say, is that he was wanting you to actually feel some type of way in the, like, let's go next level. Which, again, I personally don't believe that,
right?
Just based on my own knowledge, but that is kind of the only other option that I see in this particular story. So that's what I'll say about that. But
so, okay,
if I had to pick one of the three that I thought was the most likely, it would be number 2. That he literally was just shocked.
Just shocked that I was fine.
This didn't go the way he had planned in any way.
So I'll respond to all three and give you my theory. Okay, so number 1 is that he just wanted me to, like, say that I, like, wanted the dick. Okay, I had already been saying that. Like, literally in the immediate conversation preceding him saying we should be done. So, like, that's, again, like,
doesn't add up.
No, that's not a thing. And furthermore, I would say that, like, in an overall sense, outside of just this one guy, that's not a thing. You're gonna know if I'm into it. You're gonna know. So there's no like confusion about that.
She don't lie about that. She take the dick very seriously, guys. Okay.
There's not gonna be any confusion unless you're just, like, missing oops like that, like whatever this other guy.
Shake my head.
Talked about. Yeah.
Like a poor man's Richard Jefferson.
So that's number 1. Number 2. I mean, I guess I don't have any direct rebuttal to number 2.
I mean, there's not really a rebuttal to it. It's just I guess, and again, you were there, and obviously we're not going to put the whole thing on wax, but, like, I don't know how his reaction. It's one of those things where you need to almost replay the reaction. I mean,
it's a fair point because, like I just said, I was definitely in the vein of, like, booty calling him type thing. So for the
rocking
him
everywhere.
So then for me to
everywhere.
turn around and just be like, oh, okay, it's fine. Like, I guess that's kind of jarring. I don't know. I don't feel bad about that, really. Like, from
you
me.
shouldn't feel bad because, again, you didn't do anything wrong.
Right. Yeah.
But again, like, when you prepare for something, like, and you bust it out and it doesn't go that way, it's like I liken it to, like, when you were growing up as a kid and there's something you want to ask your parents for. Or at least for me, I know, especially African parents, like, you got to have a dissertation on why you deserve some certain thing.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, I want to ask for whatever it is, like Super Nintendo.
Right.
I need to come up with a million reasons on why I deserve a Super Nintendo. But if I ask and they just say yes, I'd be confused as fuck. Like, you don't want the whole thing? Like, you don't want the report? Like, everything? Like, it's okay? So for him to ask, like, yeah, we just done fucking, and you don't want the report, it's like, wait, why don't you want the report?
Yeah,
like,
but see, more like, I guess my rebuttal is just the sheer fact that I don't really believe that he was being serious, that he wanted to stop. But I mean, that's just context of the situation. Like,
yeah.
To your analogy about the kid, like, like, how about the situation where the kid is like, oh, can I, like, they think they're gonna get the no, and so they're just like, oh, can I sleep over at so and so's house? and they get the yes right away, and then they're like, well, maybe I'll stay home. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like you...
It's like, time out. You said what?
Yeah. And then you're not sure that you even...
Man, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing that shit. Fuck you then. No.
So then option 3 of like, what was it? You said he was
thinking he was wanting more next level, which...
Yeah, that's...
Again, like I said, I was just saying that as another option. I don't personally believe it, but technically it is there.
Right.
Because why say that you are done sleeping with somebody?
Okay, so I'm
and be mad about the reaction.
I'm actually gonna go with option 3 remix as what I think the situation was.
Remix, baby.
It's not, and I my suspicion, and I still to this day don't know what the fuck was going on, is that he he wanted me to want more, even though
I want you to want me.
That even though, even in the same breath, he didn't want more. So like it's like one of those things where it's like he's just mad that I'm not pining after him, even though he himself is not interested in a relationship with me, nor I him, but he's still mad that I don't want more. Like, it's like, do you just want to be desired, I guess? Like,
doesn't want to be desired, like.
Right. So that's my suspicion is that option 3, because I'm just like,
well, I mean, why would your remix is like a mix of my number 1, and your version of number 3. Like, it's like he wants that reaffirmation. Maybe it's not necessarily of the dick, but of him,
right?
Which is what you're saying,
right? That plan the proposal.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just part of the same thing of like him asking me for advice.
That's not the same thing. Like,
is it not? I don't know. To me, it's the same. If he's like asking me advice for one thing, asking me advice for another thing, it doesn't make a difference to me what the thing is that he's asking me advice on. I
don't think that you're treating it in the way, but I'll let you finish, and then I will go. Finish.
Well, no, that's pretty much it. Like, I was the question is like, what was he doing? Why did he even continue to talk to me? Like, what was his goal? What was his ultimate goal here? It was obvious that he wasn't going to break up with this girl. He was asking me to give him advice about her, how to make their relationship better. So again, what is he doing and why? And why does he then pick a fight with me when I'm just like, we better stop this. This is too much now.
So, okay. I can already tell I'm not necessarily on any team on this particular story, but I will cook and say, first of all, I think you burying the lead about it's one thing to ask for advice, because to be real, every guy who has a female friend that they trust in any kind of capacity loves to get advice about another female that they're trying to get with. Like,
okay.
That part, not weird at all.
Okay.
Totally makes sense. I'm all the way here for it. Like, I would ask you if there's women I talk to is crazy or not, and you'll be like, yeah, Lume, you only love crazy women. Stop it. And, like, whatever. But, like, I would want to know. Like, I would want the opinion. Asking about how to break down a proposal to some female that you either have or are attempting to have previously attempted to sleep with.
Yeah.
That's not the same level, madam. Like, that's not...
To me, it's apples and oranges, but yeah, I see your point.
And them oranges are a lot bigger than them apples, okay? So it's not the same team. It's just not the same thing. Like, I can't be... Okay, let me put it like this. How many weddings have you been to where dude tried to sleep with you or slept with you and then got married to whoever he's marrying?
I mean, a few, not a ton. I see your point.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not like it just happens every day.
Right.
Like, right. It doesn't just happen. And I'm not saying I've been the same, but I'm like, I'm a clown, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But like, it's not normal.
Right.
Is the point that I'm trying to make.
Mm-hmm.
So, as far as what was he trying to do, I really think that from whatever your interactions were when you were being wing woman and, you know, became wing woman X, like, and then XL and then freaking platinum, like, I think that he was looking at it like, I enjoy this woman's vibe. I think whatever your conversations were, however brief or long they were, he felt that in a way where there are weird guys that be, talking about like, oh, in another life we be together, all that crap. And so I think he just genuinely trusted your opinion.
So that's what you think?
Yeah, I think he genuinely was like,
Oh my God. I don't think that's
No, I genuinely think he was like, you know what? I think she be right about a lot of stuff, so I'ma holler at her about this stuff. Now, the only thing I will say about that, though, which, because you kind of brought it up before, is that some of these conversations led to him trying to chop you up.
Right. Like it was
And that part of me is like, maybe he's just kind of a dog, and it's like riding a bike. He just can't resist.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know how that relationship is. I don't really care about it. Whatever, it's fine. But
I don't even know. I truly have no idea.
Again, it's not really relevant. But like, I do think that he actually wanted to know about these things, which is why he asked you. And he had another. I don't know that outside of his, I guess, fiance at the time. Based on what I'm getting from the story, you were the only other female he could go to, minus if he had siblings or whatever. Some people aren't comfortable talking to their siblings, blah, blah, blah. So I really think you was the one. Like, you popped yourself in there like Oprah.
I mean, you're
sexy Oprah.
You're probably right on some level of just like, I think, thinking back on it, like, I don't know, I can't really say because I don't want to expose the details, but he didn't have a lot of females around to be able to ask these things. So on a very basic level, did he actually want my opinion on those things? Yes. Do I think that was his topmost motivation? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, first of all, like, if he was really just trying to be my friend, then like parlay that into like, well,
to be fair, I never said that he wanted to be your friend.
Yeah. Okay.
I did not say that.
Because I mean that I didn't think this was going to be so relevant to the tale, but he did then, when I was kind of like, enough is enough, pick a fight with me over not that, but like just picked a fight with me, to which I was like, I'm not fighting with you. Like that will not happen.
Where they do that at? Like, who are you? Like,
because him and this fiance were like that. They would fight. And so I think he was...
Some couples do. It's fine.
Yeah, and I think he was trying to take that same route of being like... I think he was upset that I was pulling away from the situation, which is like... not again, like you're getting engaged.
The logic is like, bro, you out here trying to marry some other girl. Right. Like, where else am I supposed to go?
So he like turned to the same tactics he was using.
Just to be clear, this wasn't in Utah, right?
No.
Okay, no. If it was in Utah, then
this was in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
If it was in Utah, then I'm like, you in the wrong 100%. Because hey, man, you can have like 60 wives.
No.
If it's not in Utah, then all right, yeah, no, I'm back on team King, Chris, and Redneck.
Yeah. So so again, and I guess, I don't know, I'll get to my theory about what all of these have in common after we're done. I'll go to story 3 now.
Okay, that's fine.
People are gonna, okay. Story 3.
just go ahead.
So,
Good.
It's very commonplace that, like the thing I said about how dudes always be asking me if I do porn. Their next favorite thing to do, if it's in the proper setting, people don't do this in the bar, but like at a kickback or whatever.
House party.
Yeah, something.
Whatever.
They like to challenge me to act.
Show
my
skills.
chops, right? Yeah. And in this particular, which usually I find appalling. So please, listeners, do not think that this is...
Don't slide in the DMs talking about we about to do an actor challenge.
Usually I find it appalling. However, there was one time where this, like, I mean, he was like a 10. Like, it was like one of the hottest guys ever. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. It didn't piss me off and I didn't immediately leave when he was like, I can act as well as you can act. Da 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 da. Like, because I knew he was also just kind of being
that
flirty.
Sounds exactly like a douche, right?
I know. That's why I usually am like, absolutely not. Fuck you. Don't talk to me.
Just
but for some reason, again, it could have just been that he was really hot and I was really drunk. I don't know what it was. Something was in the air this night. And also, there wasn't that many people there, so it was not like it was going to become like this big old thing. Like, there was maybe, I don't know, 5 to 10 people there. Like, okay, not anything.
It was a small team.
It was a small team. Yeah. So he says that, and for some reason, I'm just like, all right, fine. And so the other people in attendance go around and they decide a scenario for us, which is that like we're a couple and like I can't remember what it was. It was like something stupid,
some whatever they cooked up in the middle of the night, whatever.
Something they cooked up, and we were supposed to do this scene, and like I was not about to let this guy like fucking show me up.
We know you're not getting outshined. Yeah, we aware.
Exactly. So I like really went for it. And we were supposed to act like we were in love and all this stuff. And I like really was doing the thing. And then
selling that shit.
I was selling
Bridgerton
it.
Style.
And then eventually it went on for like a while. And then eventually like he laughed and I was like, fuck you. Like, da 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 da. Like, I'm a professional.
Told you, bitch.
Yeah. And then we went our separate ways, whatever. And then for days and weeks and months after that, he progressively got more and more upset that I wasn't interested in him. Like I wasn't.
When you say like progressively, I guess my first question would be like, how do you know this?
Because of the way that he would act. Like it started out with him like asking me like what my plan, like it was like just friendly texting. What are your plans? Like da da da. Like I was like out a lot and like had a group of friends. And da, da, da.
Like, hey, we having a good time.
But then it became, like he's a guy. I had like a core group of girls that I was like doing a lot with in this time period, and like it becomes like this thing of like, no, you can't come. Like I got the girls, and the girls are going out, and we're hanging out with different guys than you and your boys. Like. You
can't bring your gang around here, man. Like,
exactly.
We got something going on.
Like particularly because I wasn't trying to date him. Like we never like nothing. We never.
So you weren't even trying to get with him though. Is what it sounds like.
No, because at first I mean, like I said, he was like a 10. So like at first I had thought about it.
See, this is why this is why your story is slightly questionable, because I'm like, I've not met a person that had a true interaction with something they thought was a 10 in the level that you're talking about, and then they just shunned them. Like, man,
I didn't shun him.
Women have a great life, don't they, Joe? Man, women have a great life. Like, I swear, if a 10 came to me challenging me to something that I love, like a 10 came to me talking about, ooh, let's play 21, and I beat their ass, but they was cool with me, the last thing I would do is be like, yeah, fuck you. I'm not gonna fuck you.
Well, okay, fine. I'll be like a little bit more transparent. Okay, he was part of the reason that I was not going, even though he was so fine, is because of the circles that he was running in. He was an athlete. And I was like, this guy is like trying to... He was making it clear...
Got to that podcast.
He was making it clear that he wanted more with me than just to hook up. Which we never hooked up.
Correct.
So I almost feel like I maybe would have done it if I had thought that that's all he wanted. Because I was like, he's trying to like get me in a relationship with him, and I know his friends and him and like this whole thing, it's just going to be dysfunctional, and he's going to be out here running around, and like I just don't even want to go there and deal with all that. So like we had this thing where we were pretending that we were a couple and we were in love, and it's like he wanted to parlay that and make it be real life. And I was just like, but that's not going to work. Like firstly because I don't want that, and secondly because you're not capable of it, like based on the circles that you're running in and what I know you and your boys are all doing.
You are so mean. Oh my gosh! But no, go ahead and finish. I'll save my stuff for the end. Go ahead and finish.
So he was trying to pursue me, and I wasn't shutting him down. Like we did hang out multiple times, like and whatever, went out all together and stuff. But like I always was like putting the kibosh on it being like him trying to act couple-y with me while we were out somewhere. And eventually he just like got mad and it just fizzled out and whatever. But I was just like, you can't be mad. You're the one that did, like, you caused this. You did this. I can't, like.
Okay. No, I need you to finish. Like, finish your thing. Like,
No, that's it. That's all I got. I want to hear what you have to say.
Do you have a question or do you want me to cook?
Go ahead. Go off.
All right. So first of all, I'm going to say this for the live studio audience, the studio audience at home, and everybody around the world. Kristen's opinion of male athletes and their ability to keep relationships with women is literally a 6-hour podcast that I refuse to record. So if you're wondering why she's talking like that and you haven't heard nothing yet, it's because I refuse to be on that podcast. There'll be a guest host that week. And like it'll be fine. I'll be there, I'll be on video. Second, so my thing is, you kind of full well knew from jump that you were gonna build this anger in this dude.
I absolutely did not know that. That is not fair.
No. Okay, when I say this, I'm like, okay, you guys did your little scene, right?
Yeah.
You crushed him in the scene, obviously.
Yes.
You exchanged numbers, apparently, because he had your number, right?
Yeah, well, we already...
So you had done that before that. Okay,
right.
Whatever. Okay, but you guys had numbers. So after that encounter, he hit you up again. Mm-hmm. Your first reaction was what? Oh, that's that dude that challenged me as an actor? Or, oh, that's that athlete dude that rolls in that circle? Like, either way, it's a negative reaction. But you responded because you're not a mean person. And you continued conversation. But when you say, like, he, over months, bubbled and got more and more angry, like, is this not because of your reactions to anything he was saying to you?
I mean, no, because, I never gave him the impression that anything was going to happen between us.
Other than your wonderful acting skills.
Yes. But
in the same breath, you also told me this dude was a 10.
Yeah, but...
Again, now, as I've said on the pod before, I'm just not in a place of luxury of life where I can just be out here throwing 10s to the side. So good for you.
I mean...
Good for you. Good for you. Like, hey, you know what? Girl power. Let's go. I'm so proud. I could never just throw a 10 to the side.
I don't know. I don't know.
The only way this story appears is that you threw a 10 to the side. You just threw him to the side. You was like,
do you again?
To every guy.
Women have all types of reasons why they put people in the friend zone. That's not always to do with just how they look.
But you didn't throw him in the friend zone. You threw him aside.
No, I would have put him in the friend zone. He didn't want to be in the friend zone. He wasn't willing to stay in the friend zone.
If I was a dude who I knew was a 10 in a female's eyes, guess where I'd never be.
But I don't know if he knew. I mean, I don't know. It's subjective. Like, it's not like I don't.
He knew. And I'd never be in the fucking friend zone if I was a 10. Like, not never. Not never.
And that's his choice, and that's fine. True. But I'm saying that doesn't mean that, like,
but it's kind of your choice, because you're the one that want to put him in the friend zone.
Yeah, but you're saying that, like, I didn't I cut him off. No, I didn't cut him off. I was like, okay, yeah, we're friends. If he doesn't want, if that's not enough for him, he can reject that, and that's fine. But it's still my prerogative. It's still my choice to be like,
who runs the world, girls.
Like, you're in the you can be my friend. You know, like, and if he doesn't want that, then that's fine. So you're mad.
This story hurts me. Like, hurts me to my core. Like, especially when you say dude's a 10. Like, and again, I'm not like as I always give with disclaimers. I understand that there's a million reasons why someone can go blah blah blah. But based on the story, it's not like other than your biases about his
it wasn't
fake
just
career.
It wasn't just existential bias though. Like I'm talking about, I knew
you knew the circle and the people that he knows.
I knew
whatever.
what he himself and the immediate friends that he was living with, who all were part of this. Were
some people in circles are better than their circle.
Maybe, but we were just having this conversation about like the friends, and it's just like no, like.
I'm just saying anything is possible, as a great philosopher once said.
Well, okay, that's fine. I hear what you're saying, and that's fine. There's also the sheer fact of like I didn't want a relationship at that time. Like
which is fine, but you didn't want to have sex with a 10.
I just said I might have done that if I thought that that's what he was offering, but he was already. Like I said, getting mad at me that I wasn't acting like bae. And so I'm like, if I like on some level I was like, this is only gonna get worse if I'm like, let's hook up. It's not gonna get better. It's not gonna go in a direction that I want it to go in.
I'm hearing you, and I understand that you're looking at it where it's like, hey, that's a little bit of cray over there. I need to stay away because it becomes some whatever.
Well, there's that, but there's also the sheer fact that I don't want to, like, despite what all these stories are maybe making it seem like, I'm not trying to be a bitch. Like, I'm not trying to be mean. If a guy is pursuing me and it's clear to me that he wants something more with me, and I turn around and just fuck him because I just want to fuck him, and then I'm like, no, like, that's all that's gonna be. Like, I'm not trying to, like, that, like, men always be talking about how they're mad that they get let on and, like, da-da-da, and women need to be more direct and all this stuff. Like, I'm not trying to just use somebody that's clearly more interested in me for sex. Like, he's making it clear he wants something real. And I'm like, no, I don't want a relationship right now. So I'm not going to turn around and be like, but I'll fuck you, though. Like, I don't know. I just wouldn't do that. Like, I'm not the type of person that would do that. I wouldn't do it. Unless he was like, well, if he had ever initiated the hookup and was in a sense of like making it, the context seem like it was just going to be just that, I probably would have done it. But he never did. He always made it seem like any interaction we were having was supposed to be leading to more. And so I was like, I'm not going to just like use him like that. You're not buying it or what?
You are the hero of this story. That's pretty much all I just heard. Is that you are the hero. G.I. Jane to the motherfucking rescue.
I wouldn't call myself a hero, Christ.
Way to go. You made sure to save this man from a whole bunch of misery of just sleeping with you and then finding out what he already supposedly, based on your interactions, knew, which is that you didn't want to have a relationship with him. And yes, you are. So you've changed. You've come around to realizing. No, I'm just saying that I'm Team Homeboy on Story 3 too. Like this, I'm more Team Homeboy on Story 3 than I am on Story 1. I mean, I get it. This one, I just, and you know, I guess all right. This is what I'll say. I look at it from the guy's perspective, and again, that 6-hour podcast aside, yeah, like. If I know that a girl is finding me not just like slightly attractive, because everybody can be like, oh, whatever. If I know a girl's feeling me, we have a very unique interaction, like you're talking about in that whole acted out scenario. Yeah, it was unique. That's very unique. Right. And I don't build on that to nothing. Man, let me tell you right now, that dude broke things. But I feel like dude broke things. Like, no, he broke things. Another key, like, that's because that's a really good point about like the unique interaction thing. Like, I feel like that interaction blinded him from the fact that and this was another thing motivating me, is that he was not going to like who I was as a girlfriend. Because he can't be out here talking for other people. You know, I know, but you can see, like, he liked how I was acting, and how I was acting was not like how I am because I was acting. Well, actually, funny enough, like, I got this message from this girl today, and she acted like it was just a question, but it wasn't just a question. Mm-hmm. I asked her like what she does. She asked me what I do for work.
Yeah.
And because I was like, I don't really trust you, like whatever, I don't know you, like I just said, I work for whatever.
Yeah.
Very general. And then I said, what do you do? And she was like, oh, well, I'm not actually working right now, but I'll start work in a few weeks.
Okay.
And I was like, that's not really answering my question, but that's cool. And then her immediate next question was, do you like to spoil girls? And I was like,
okay, yeah, that would be super annoying. I would be mad as hell. I was like, take everything back that I said.
I was like,
that is absurd. Oh my god.
So yeah, I have no problem with just being mad.
That's a perfect example of what I said in the good flirting, bad flirting episode of like you're just not listening. You're ignoring this entire conversation just to get to the question or the thing that you want to say. Like that is truly annoying.
And then the best part was I responded. I was like, oh, nah, I would definitely not say that. But I mean, I do take care of the people that are closest to me.
Right.
And she goes, oh, I was just asking a question. And I was like, no, you weren't.
Right. Oh, my God.
But yeah, so no, I could totally see just getting mad at somebody.
Fair enough. I concede.
I hate to checkmate you on that one.
Yeah,
That
popped up today. You're right.
And the worst part is, bitch is fine, too. Oh,
that
she's
fucking
so
sucks.
fine. Oh, man. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Bees like that sometimes. But no.
That sort of proves my point about like just because somebody's fine, that's not the whole story.
It doesn't prove the point of this story. This story is more about your biases. But yes, I do understand. But what I wanted to say is you thought that there was a theme.
Yes.
You want to hit the theme.
Yeah. My impression of this theme, and this is, I don't know if this is obviously not everyone is like this. Furthermore, I'm not even sure whether or not this is like even some people are like this, or if this is just like a symptom of like my life and my
stop attracting these dudes.
Yeah, these fucking stupid situations that I personally get myself in. I don't know. Yeah. My theory is that many men who say that many men just want sex,
wish death upon me,
or just want whatever, usually sex,
no,
but just want this, are actually seeking.
Won't look to the sky no more.
Validation, admiration, to be desired. These existential qualities.
Not the direct questions that they're asking.
Not yet correct. Not what they're actually saying.
Yeah. So do you believe that truly, or you're not sure?
No, I believe that truly. My more thing is like, I can't really put my finger down on like what it is. Is it that they want validation? Like, does everybody just in the world want validation, and this is how this is coming through for these men, or is it just I'm just attracted to narcissists and they want to be admired, and I'm not giving them that admiration? Like, I don't. Is it just so is it a me problem? Like it's more like on that deeper level. Like, is this? What is going on here? This is just too bizarre that I constantly, and these are just 4 examples. I mean, I could think of like
we're not going to
5 or 6 more, of these times whereby the fact that I am not acting invested in them is actually hurting their feelings more than anything else. Well, even when they say that they don't need me to care, they're lying, or they're lying to themselves. I don't know.
It's 2021. You should care.
You say me? I should care.
I'm looking at you, but I'm speaking to you, the people. You should care. God. It's not. I guess, and maybe this is the soft luminator in me out here coming out, but like.
I appreciate the soft luminator. You can cook.
It is something when you're out here and Now, don't get me wrong. Some of these dudes is dogs, so I'm really not defending y'all. But guess you're gonna jump on my defense. But like,
at least 3 out of these 4 are dogs, so that's part of it.
Well, I was on team 2 of them, so like, I just think that when you get in some of these scenarios, especially the ones that we discussed today, I understand why a guy would want to know. And again, we've discussed this many a pods ago. If the people don't know by now, they got to go back and re-listen. Like, you go just tell it like it is. How you feel, that's what it is. Like,
right.
Hey, yeah, I like your dick. That's it. I like you. That's it.
I mean,
I don't like anything. That's it.
I got some better language than that, but okay.
But that's how we hear it. So that's what I'm telling you. So it's like you're not out here giving mixed message in that way. So that part is great.
Oh, the message is clear.
Yeah, but it's like, when the buildup comes and, a lot of these dudes, unfortunately, especially in today's stories, have been kind of blue-balled, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, but that's actually not true because 2 of the 4.
The first guy got the sex.
Yeah, the first guy I was literally having sex with, and I thought it was all good, and he's the one that was like, "Oh, let's stop." And then the 4th guy, the sexting guy.
Yeah, you never met him, so he didn't get sex, so he's definitely blue balled, actually.
Well, that's fine, but it wasn't. That's not the.
And then the third guy meeting up was
not.
Blue-balled.
Yeah, but us meeting up was not the thing that he was.
3 of the 4 guys got blue balled.
No. 2 of the 4.
3.
No, because the sexting guy, he was not mad at. It was not that I was saying.
I know he was mad because he wasn't getting.
Yeah, it was not about us meeting up and having sex in real life. It was about something completely different. In the world of that situation.
So then I ignore him. So it's 2 out of 3. I ignore him. He's a separate scenario. We don't even talk about.
No, it still applies. It still applies because again, it's this thing of like, and I am sort of now taking it into a bigger thing of like, men don't like it when women are doing what they are doing.
I was really just trying to set you off when you were like actually going to your cook, because I was like, she hasn't cooked yet, like what she actually wants to say. But I was like, how can I get her to get to this?
Here we go. Don't like it when women are using them for sex, and it's just like I can respect people who don't want to be used for sex, but I can't respect people who don't want to be used for sex who are using people for sex. Like that's where it's just like, stop it, like. And I don't know. It's just.
Oh no, there's nothing to know. Like I respect it.